Hi, Professor and fellow classmates. My name is Brianna Cook. This is Business Real Estate Practices, and this is my video presentation for Chapter 3, Agents, Agency, and the Listing Agreement. So let's start with agents. Agents is exactly what all of us in this class are aspiring to become. We want to sell homes, and we want to make big commission checks doing it. So an agent is someone that a seller or a buyer will give permission to represent them in the purchase of a property or sale of a property. As a real estate agent, we have a lot of duties to complete, things that would stress out your average investor, your average buyer or seller who's not an investor. So this is already a very stressful process for them. It's important for us to know all of the laws, all of the disclosures, make sure that all the proper paperwork is done, that it gets into the right hands, that escrow starts and closes when it's supposed to. And we have help. We have transaction coordinators who will help you with the paperwork. But still, as an agent, it's important for us to first find the client, convince them that we can find and meet their needs and their wants, find the property that fits that, put in a good proposal that will be accepted, and of course, close the deal. Now, agency is the permission that is given to us by these buyers and sellers to represent them on their behalf. It's authorization. And like any authorization, this has to be documented, which brings in the listing agreement. But back to agency. As a real estate agent, we want to be protected if you make a decision that the buyer or the seller is not happy with. You need to be authorized on paper to make sure that no one else is representing that seller or buyer behind your back. And also, if you are going to represent a buyer or a seller and a buyer and a seller at the same time, we have what's called dual agency, which means you're going to be representing them both. And in the listing agreement, there's a disclosure that will have all of this listed. Everybody needs to know what's going on at all times. So to the listing agreement is the legal documentation that states that you, the agent, has been selected by a buyer or a seller to represent them in the purchase or sale of a property. You will have many disclosures in here. It will explain the relationship between you and your client, your duties that you have to fulfill for them. Like I said, with the dual agency, it lets them know if you're representing the seller for the buyer or the buyer for the seller. And of course, all this legal documentation is there to protect you in the chance that you end up in court behind a transaction that you did. So it's very important to keep paperwork serious. It's very important to be an agent with ethics, and that will get you more agency, more approval and permission to represent more people, which in end makes you more money. So you guys have a great holiday. Thank you for your time.